Yo, welcome back everyone. This time we're back in WHF. Another race on the no line. This time it's for the Qatar Grand Prix. A circuit where I'm not really that confident on no line here. I don't really enjoy it all that much. Mainly just because of I can actually really nail point a reason. It's just I don't seem to be able to get the lines right at the minute. Obviously I did have some faults with practice because I had some technical issues, but got them sorted in around 2 hours of practice for this particular event. But I mean, the practice was okay from what we had. Had some practice stints, just ensuring that we had everything was working and such. But anyway, for our first qualifying lap, down at turn number 1, we go here in Qatar. We'll rotate through turn number 1, the favourite overtaking spot on the circuit, using a bit more inside than suggested. Then we go through turn number 2, a little bit wide the apex than we want, and then we apply the power, go through turn number 3 before we approach turn 4 and 5 as we make our way. Rotate the car through turn number 4, then in towards turn number 5, foot flat to the floor once again before the heavy braking at turn number 6, flick the wheel in and apply the power on the rundown towards turn number 7 here, car up in front, maybe giving us some dirty airs. We rotate through turn number 7, then through this slight kink of turn 8 before the flat corner of turn 9, before then flick of the wheel through turn number 10 and apply the power once more before we go flat through 11 here, this little kink before the flat complex of 12, 13 and 14, flat through 12, flat through turn number 13 and then flat through turn number 14 before we make our way towards the penultimate corner, turn 15, a little lift but more or less flat, a little bit wider than we want, and then we make our way down towards the final corner of the circuit, through turn 16, the front end sliding a little bit, but towards the line, the banker run, what would it be? DRS enabled at 21.195, slotting into P3 at this current moment in time. On our first run here in qualifying, with 8 minutes to go, we went again on the same set of tyres. Now up by just 100, we rotate through the final corner and apply the power and make our way towards the line. More or less level with the Delta. Wanted to finish it to see where he was or how far he was. 121.213, just around 200s away from the fastest time we've done so far. But we've got one more lap to do it. One more lap to set a faster time towards turn number 1 once again here. We're already rotating the car using a lot less of the inside curb and able to get more minimum speed for the corner. And we make our way through turn 2. And already, look at the time, almost 2 tenths up. We lose a little bit on the exit of turn 2. Flat through 3 towards turn number 4. This is where you can make up the time. Through turn 4 and turn number 5. Foot already flat to the floor and we gain 500ths back. Flick the wheel in through turn number 6 and apply the power here. On the exit we lose a couple thousandths as we make our way down in towards turn number 7. Once again here, and look at the time, shoot up instantly, a 10th gained through turn number 7 alone. Flat through 8 and 9 before we rotate before turn number 10. I turned him way too early here, and as we apply the power, losing around 1.3 tenths on the exit. We gain a little bit of time back though before the flat complex of turn number 12, turn number 13 and turn number 14 before turn number 15, the penultimate corner of the circuit where we can again make up time, hit the apex nicely, gain a 10 through that corner, making our way in towards turn number 16, flick the wheel and once again gain time on the entry but then lose a lot on the exit, and it's 3.0 tenths up, 2.9 tenths up, it's a 28.883 into the top 5 once again here. We are starting a no line race in P5. And again, that's better than I expected. One of 5 drivers to get into the 1 minute 20s. And you just see there, we're opting for the hard compound tyres for this race start here in Qatar. Obviously, Racing Bulls, we got a Ferrari, 2 V-Cubs and a Red Bull ahead of us as we go 2 to 5 red lights on in Qatar. 5 lights on, and it's 5 lights out, and away we go. The Qatar Grand Prix will be underway as we go in towards turn number 1. The Haas gets a much better start, but then we have so much space to soar around the outside past the Ferrari. Now going to challenge Trixie into turn number 2. Down on the inside, a little bit of contact. We apply the power here. Side by side was the V-Carb in towards turn 3 and 4. And Trixie's able to keep ahead here. We have Hitman on the medium tyres right on our gearbox as we go through turn number 5 in towards turn number 6. Then we apply the brakes. He tries to dummy the move. We go deep and then apply the power to get the better run. But then Hitman with the grippier tyres goes around the outside at turn number 7, runs in very, very deep, so we can just command the inside line to hold the racing line, and we are able to keep 4th place in this Grand Prix, +1 in this race so far, and it's definitely not too bad. We go down the main straight, and once again, Hitman getting closer. We're going to give him a slight squeeze into turn number 1, then tighten up his line, but we're not going to really try and fight this one. We are going to wave him on by, and you're going to see how much more grip this medium tyre has. We go through turn number 2 and apply the power. Look at that. Almost 2 tenths gain on the exit there. We go around the final corner and LWB now is on our rear. We're just struggling for race pace. In the practice, I was struggling for race pace. Just completely struggling here. Hitman pulled away. Now we've got LWE going to our inside line. We go defensive to the inside. Wheel banging here. We go around the outside, leaving the room. Just completely clatters our right side. We lose positions to the Haas of I think that's the Haas and the Ferrari and the McLaren losing positions to 3 cars. Once again, we're going in towards turn number 1. The McLaren, not sure where he's going to go, but we dive on the inside, side by side. The medium tyres on the McLaren don't seem to be offering as much grip in comparison to the Ferrari and the Haas ahead as we go through turn number 2 towards turn number 3. And once again, we're just going to try and continue to put this McLaren under all sorts of pressure. We rotate through 4 in now turn number 5 before we reach the end of the opening sector of the lap. Personal best in that first sector. Rotate the car through turn number 6. Then we apply the power towards turn number 7. Just trying to close up as much as we can on this McLaren ahead of us. Then we apply the power. Look at the McLaren getting all out of shape. I didn't expect him to lose it, so that's why I reacted so late. Our teammate then gets hit by the spun McLaren. And there's a whole collection of cars that have been caught up in that. There's a safety car deployed because DZ Racer out of the Grand Prix. Suboptimal for him, optimal for us because we have the choice to make a free pit stop. You can see the V-Carb ahead and the Haas ahead have stayed out on the circuit. We're going to come into pit lane. Even though we're on a set of the hards, it's not the end of the world. Because we have another set of them, we can use them later in the Grand Prix. We're going to go into pit lane for a set of the mediums here. Get the crap tyre out of the way so that then we can use our hard tyres later on for a much more optimal stint. So we're going to have so much more grip advantage here compared to the rest of the field on this restart. We're the only driver, apart from Tory, who boxed for a set of the medium compound tyres. So we're going to have the most grip out of anyone in this Grand Prix at the minute in time as we go to the safety car coming in this lap. And it's going to be race perfection we're going to have to do to make this strategy work. We came in for the gamble to get new tyres in the Grand Prix, and it's just a matter of fact now making these moves. We go around turn 16, and we're now going to head down this main straight. A little bit of a check-up there as LWB hits the rear of Hitman as we head down now in towards turn number 1, and we're not going to be able to make the move on this occasion. LWB will be getting close to the rear of Hitman as we head through turn number 1. We're going to take a wide line to try and help us keep momentum now as we go in towards turn number 2. LWB running a little bit wide as we apply the power. Look how much more grip we have on the exit. Wheel to wheel we go. Looking right the outside, and we wheel to wheel as the Ferrari, our teammate from last week in Miami, and we roar around the outside but understeer off the circuit. Then he gets the position back, and then we get a better exit on the exit at turn 5 into now turn number 6. We're going to look on the inside of Berlin in the Aston Martin, apply the power. We get past the green machine. LWB is also going to look past the Aston Martin as well as Hitman runs in a little bit wide. We can get the power down quicker towards turn number 9, turn number 10. Look at the gun we gain through turn number 9 towards turn 10. Hitman looking on the inside, hitting the rear of Michael Louis. But on that occasion, nothing doing. As we now head down the main straight in towards turn number 1. We're gaining on Hitman. Hitman goes to the inside. We're going to look around the outside. And just the grip we're going to have on this outside line. Roaring right around the outside to take P8 in the Grand Prix. It was a lovely manoeuvre. Clean sweeping, roaring through on the American outfitted team. And now we've got Michael Louis right on our rear. Hitman as well. Still trying to put pressure on us as we head in towards turn number 4 and turn number 5. On this occasion, nothing doing then as we now go in towards the hairpin of turn number 6. And we're going to dive on the inside. Have a look on Michael Louis. Side by side we run and apply the power towards turn number 7. And on this occasion, Michael Louis is able to defend the place, but then going to try and get the old switch back, the old cutback on the exit of turn number 7 towards turn 8, 9 and 10. On that occasion, nothing doing. As we head down the main straight towards turn number 1. Once again, Michael Louis opting not to defend this one, opting not to fight, turning his battery off, and we get through up into the top 7. And now we've got Arrow and the Haas of Scornsey. We're trying to get past both of them. We're only going to get by one. We're going to get wheel to wheel with Scornsey. Into turn number 1, wheel to wheel we go. Running a bit deep, but get through on the Haas driver. And that's another one gained on this particular lap. And now we head through turn number 1 towards turn number 2. And we're right on the rear of Arrow. Side by side we run through turn number 2. Little bit of contact, the briefest of contact. A bit more contact between front wing and rear left. As we now go in towards turn number 4. We're going to think of a move on the inside at turn 4. But too far back to try anything. And once again, washing out wide. And now we got a 3-second time penalty for running out wide, running too close to the inside curb at turn 16. We run down towards turn number 1, and Arrow's got his battery off. Not much remaining on that Williams. We dive on the inside, wheel to wheel with the Williams, and we get through into the top 5 in this Grand Prix. And now next up is Gordon in the Kick Sauber. We head in towards turn number 1, and once again we are gaining. Once again we are looking for a move in towards the opening corner of the circuit. Side by side we run. Gordon waves us on by, and we get through. He tries the old switcheroo, hits our rear right tyre. Oh, it seemed like he tried to intentionally take us out at turn 1 alone. But on this occasion now, on to lap 16, Gordon will be gaining once again. We're telling our battery we don't want to waste it all. We go for a late defensive move to the inside, but nothing too dangerous. We defend the position on the Sauber, and once again, we are able to hold 3rd place in the Grand Prix at this current moment in time here. We once again heading towards turn number 1. Gordon once again going for the inside line. We go defensive on the inside. He looks around the outside. We run wheel to wheel here. Briefest of contact between our front tyre and his side pole. We look around the outside, and Gordon's very rude, just completely slamming us off the circuit. We now head towards turn number 4. We're on the inside. He tries to turn into us here, and almost once again trying to take us out in the Grand Prix. We then head through turn number 5, and once again just forces us off the circuit. I was kind of a bit annoyed here. Dive on the inside. Nothing too dangerous here as we apply the power. Once again, just leaving us no room. I give him a little tap, say what you're doing, and then that happens. Completely just punting us off. And I can tell you, the stewards gave him a penalty for the turn 2, the turn 5. And just every time he forced us off, he got a 5 second. So that was about 3 times. He got 3 5-second penalties, which led up to 15 seconds. And then he's got a race ban for that intentional wreck. So justice served, I could say. I don't get it. Just, we were running a good race, having a battle. He said he was done with our dirty driving, although we did nothing wrong. Completely, I've showed you all of it. We've done nothing wrong there. Left him a complete amount of room. And now, that's how we get repaid. And it's kind of just completely ruined our race now, because obviously we're not confident enough to fully push in this or on the no line in Qatar. And now we're going to be in no man's land with no DRS. Everyone ahead is going to have DRS. And we head in the pit exit, P14 in no man's land. And LWB ahead is a disconnected car. So there's absolutely nothing left here. So as we skip to the final lap, around the final corner, we caught up to everyone, but we wasn't able to overtake everyone. We caught up too late, and ignore the 18 seconds of penalties. I kind of gave up after getting punted. I was just trying to drive and learn it, but didn't really learn much. But nonetheless, P12 in this Grand Prix, our worst finish in WHF. Obviously, not how you want to see racing happen when you get intentionally wrecked, but it happens because people just they lose their heads easily. But if you enjoyed this, consider liking and subscribing. Ciao, adios. I am done.